Hey everybody, Ryan McCaffrey with IGN. I'm joined by Jason Bada from the Crystal Dynamics team working on Rise of the Tomb Raider. Jason, what are we looking at? What are we going to do here?
Right, so here we're looking at one of our hub spaces. This is the Soviet installation. It's one of our sort of more open areas of the game where we really let the systems of the game take the forefront and give players the opportunity to explore and take on the kind of activities they're interested in.
Yeah, so you guys haven't really talked much about this. I mean, I think most people generally probably think of Tomb Raider, the reboot, and now just naturally onto this one as kind of more of a linear thing, but you guys have plugged in some sort of serious hub space where there's, this is actually me playing from a little while ago. We're going back over the video here. There is a hidden tomb around here that I spent all too much time earlier wandering trying to get. We've skipped through that in this, but you've packed a lot into these spaces.
Yeah, I mean, we just sort of saw a mission giver here laying on the ground. We have missions and hubs now. You can talk to sort of different remnant, go and do missions for them, earn new gear items that unlock new things. You were just actually in that building trying to open that cabinet, but you needed the lockpick.
Didn't have it.
Yeah, so that's a gear item that you get from one of our mission givers. So really, like with the challenge tombs and every other thing in the game, we want to make sure there's a really good gameplay reward for doing any sort of optional activities.
Nice.
And so that's a really good example of that.
So Rise of the Tomb Raider will really scratch the itch for completionists looking to do everything.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. We really designed it that way to sort of provide lots of gameplay activity with a variety of different sort of gameplay types. And have tons and tons of content for people to really explore and dig into. I think we're looking somewhere around 35 to 40 hours for, again, 100%ing the game and getting all the content done.
Nice.
Yeah.
So apologies in advance. This is, again, my own personal playthrough from earlier. And unlike you, this is my first time playing the game, not my 10,000. So
yeah.
I really was just kind of wandering around checking stuff out. This is how I actually experienced it for the first time.
Yeah, and that's really the goal. I mean, we provide, the environment. We have clear waypointing beacons for people that want to opt into that system using the survival instinct to sort of, waypoint them to where they're supposed to go. But we really sort of leave it open to the player to decide what they want to do, what activities they want to engage in, and the pace at which they want to progress through the hub spaces.
So one of the rewards, I guess, I got for actually exploring there, I found a weapon upgrade part.
Yeah.
Which can obviously really change the game. Once you build the weapon, your life's a lot easier.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had that in the last game. We had weapon parts, and you would find pieces of them in the world and then upgrade your weapons. We've really expanded on our weapon upgrade system and our sort of the amount of arsenal that the player has available to them as well. So there'll be a ton of weapons that you can find in the game in pieces like this and upgrade. There's also some weapons that you can get through the missions again, and also some that are hidden in crypts and other secret exploration spaces that are sort of already sort of enabled. We also have a ton of other optional equipment that we're going to make available through DLC as well. So,
nice.
Yeah.
All right, so that clearly was not the way out that I tried to go down that steep cliff. Check out what's up here. So what is the goal? I mean, I'm guessing there are at least several hub areas throughout the game. What is kind of the goal of each? Do you want to keep players there and try and keep them exploring for a little while, or do you kind of want to just make it as unintrusive as possible in case people do just want to plow through?
I mean, I think it's a little bit of both. We want to provide sort of compelling reasons to keep playing and continue through, which is where sort of our narrative sort of comes into play. To people that really just want to experience the narrative are going to sort of play through these spaces a little bit faster and do a little bit less exploration, or people that aren't really interested in that sort of gameplay. But for people that want to slow down the pace and take it at, and really sort of get a lay of the land and really master it, we provide that option, and there's nothing that's really forcing them through it any way. And the more they explore, the more fun stuff they're going to find to do. I mean, we've really tried to make hubs a space where players, the more they invest in it, the more they get out of it, and the more things they can find. I mean, there's just tons of hidden stuff everywhere in all of our hubs.
All right, so that was me just trying to find. I was taking the rope ladder cue there, but I couldn't see where to hook it onto. Finally got to it. I can't resist picking up everything.
Yeah, which is the goal, right? Just pick everything up and fool around with it.
Try and smash this crate full of parts that's on the table, so it was a little awkward on me there. But
Yeah, so right now you found one of the can objects, which right now there's nothing going on in here that's going to require that.
Yeah.
But with all of our hub spaces, the players are going to play through them multiple times. So later on, when you come back to this space, there's going to be combat in this area, and then that can becomes an opportunity to make a shrapnel grenade and use it as sort of an offensive weapon in our combat encounters.
Yeah, so because that was a really cool thing about the first game was that it was sort of. Oh wait, hang on. Wolves, run! Bad wolf chased me.
Yeah.
That's what you can do with opposable thumbs, wolves.
That's right.
Climb up and out of the way. But what I was starting to say was that was a really cool thing, I think kind of unexpected thing for players in the first game, and your guys' fantastic reboot from a few years ago, is that there was sort of a Metroidvania-esque bit to the game where there'd be, as you'd upgrade yourself, you could go back, you'd see things and go, oh, I can't do that yet, but I know I'm going to be able to come back and do that. And so have you guys kind of really doubled down on that this time around?
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely continued that sort of philosophy and built as many sort of spaces that sort of take advantage of the player's sort of growth over the course of the game. So when we come back in, there's new stuff to find. You actually ran past there's a whole cave back by that building where you first sort of are climbing up the water tower, and it's gated by a rocket launcher, which you don't, or grenade arrows, neither of which you have at this point in the game.
Nice.
So that's going to be one you're going to come back and explore and be able to find some new stuff. And so we really wanted to make sure that in all of our hub spaces, there's really a great opportunity to come back, replay them, find new stuff, and use all the new equipment that you found during your adventure.
Pardon me while I was just angering PETA there by taking out every animal I could lay eyes on.
Oh wait, can you get the bird?
Oh, so close. Oh. You get to live today, bird.
Yeah, our director has this uncanny ability to shoot birds out of the air at any distance. It's insane. Watching that guy play is crazy. He's amazing. But only birds. Everything else he's terrible.
That's it.
But birds, he's fantastic.
If it's got wings, he's all over it. But if it's got feet, it's his kryptonite.
Yeah, but he's really good at shooting the birds out of the sky like nobody's business.
All right, so I'm going to wander into this camp now.
Yeah, so this area was actually blocked off before, and you couldn't get in here. And the level previous to this, you got a rope that you could attach to your bow and arrow, and now you have the ability to rope pull things like you could in the last game. So now this area, which was blocked at this sort of point where you were just sort of where you're standing right now, is now accessible, and you can go and explore that area.
Looks like these markings point to a nearby location.
Yeah, so that's one of our monoliths, which is one of the sort of other systems that are in our game now. We have a translation system, and the more that Lara goes around the world and increases her ability to read different languages, she'll eventually be able to translate these monoliths that are located around the world.
Very cool.
And then those reveal locations of other buried items in the world that you can go and explore and find, and then use those for upgrading your character.
All right, in we go.
Yes, I'm at the base of the old Soviet mill.
I'm making my way to the mine entrance at the top of the facility. Can you meet me there?
I'm on my way.
Well, the nice thing is, if I decided, oh wait, I don't really want to come in here yet, I could just go right back to the hub world and keep doing some more stuff, right?
Absolutely. And in this space as well, I mean, there's a linear path that winds its way through this space, but there's lots of areas to go off the beaten path, even within just this sort of the mill area here, and explore and find other stuff. I mean, there's an opportunity I think you're going to take right here, where you're going to sort of get off path and find a little secret area and get some more rewards. So those are, just like in the sort of more open spaces that you were in earlier, we include that sort of optional gameplay path all through here as well.
Nothing else, except for that locker.
I think you can open, yeah.
I would give anything to have Lara Croft's upper body strength. Look at
Yes.
that. Enviable.
Yes. She can do pull-ups all day.
Can your art director hit those birds?
I think some of those might just be effects birds in the distance. So.
And I like that the last game did a good job of this too, that you guys seem to have a good, we're not just constantly in combat or constantly, there are these kind of nice quiet moments of exploration too.
Yeah, and the other thing about in this space, beyond just finding, sort of some background narrative here, we really try and do narrative storytelling as well to sort of really give the place a grounding and a believability and a history. So like, some of the information that you can find in this area on the recorders and in the documents tells the story of the people that worked in the Gulag and how this was a work camp that they came in, and the Soviet people were using them to mine ore from the mine. And if you look around at the environments in those sort of slower sections, you can really see how the art team has done a great job starting to tell that story visually as well as through the documents in case players don't opt into that. So here we've got an area where they basically made a bunch of dwellings out of cages and whatnot, and locked people up at night so they couldn't escape. But all right.
Let's dial it up a little bit here.
Yeah, so we've had a little bit of slower pace stuff. Now let's get some combat going.
Drinking problem? No. Molotov cocktail.
That's right.
And you can watch me just not throw this very well at all right here.
Yeah.
Completely miss my targets. Just stir up a hornet's nest.
It's all right.
Set fire to the floor.
Fire makes everything more interesting.
Which play style do you tend to prefer, Jason?
I like to force myself to try and do headshots only.
Nice.
So, stealth wherever possible, and headshots only when I'm in combat. But that's because I have to play it over and over again, and it's the only way it's challenging for me
You gotta
anymore.
make it interesting for yourself at this
Exactly.
point after 3 years of development or whatever it is.
Exactly.
Oh, stumbling. Nice.
But I am definitely a bow player.
Did that guy just set himself on fire? I think he
It's possible, yeah.
did. I don't think I can take credit for that.
Molotov's dangerous. Yeah, so the Molotov's a great example of some of our new sort of crafting systems where we've expanded on sort of Laura's resourcefulness and really given her the opportunity to grab things in the world, use her crafting ability that she has now, and turn them into something offensive so that to use in combat. So we saw the can earlier, which you could have crafted into a shrapnel grenade. We introduced the Molotov cocktail, so that's sort of the next one. And there's, I think, one or two more in the game that we do as well, sort of to really flesh out Laura's suite of optional tools that she has at her disposal for all of our combat scenarios.
So you guys are putting up a locked gate, which is, of course, making me want to go past said locked gate, found our way up and over. Let's see what's over here.
Come on, there's a big green button. You want to go push it, right?
Of course. But first,
try the crate.
Second one of those.
Second one, that's good.
I'm going to keep nursing that bottle of
you just take a
Molotov there.
It's okay, you might need a drink later, so just take it with you.
Might still work. Well, mostly.
Now this leads to one of the challenge tombs, which you guys kindly asked us to not spoil yet.
Yeah.
So that's why we're going to just turn around here and just leave it as a tease.
That's right. That's good. We don't want to give.
I'm going to put the blame on you guys. I wanted to play it and show it, but you guys kindly asked us not to. So we'll save it for the full game.
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take that one for the team. And we don't want to spoil it for anybody. They're really fun. All of our challenge teams are different and really interesting and have really good gameplay rewards at the end. So we don't want to give away any of the fun in any of the early videos.
Maybe I could light myself on fire while opening this door instead. Maybe that would be valuable entertainment for people watching.
Let's see where you decide to do this.
A little too close.
It's all right. Nice
Still
edge,
good.
nice grab there. It was
Yeah,
good.
still good. So the spare parts there can be used for crafting.
Yeah.
Soviet military dog tags, standard issue. The name is Yuri Ravdonikas.
Yeah, so it looks like you're looking for the hidden information on
Yeah,
there.
could not find it. It was, I'm zooming in, I'm rotating, waiting for the controller to vibrate.
Yeah.
Couldn't find the right spot on that one.
Yeah, so that actually, if you had been able to find the spot, and it would have sort of given you a little bit of that language experience that we saw earlier that you need to translate those monoliths. So
Right.
even things like just examining the relics, which in the last game were just sort of collectibles for the sake of being collectibles, that now feeds directly back into a gameplay loop that's
Nice,
going to
very
expand
cool.
your gameplay options and let you upgrade your players. So, I mean, that was sort of a theme for us throughout the whole game, was making sure that all of our collection sort of fed back into actual gameplay, and it all had sort of a validity and in the world. Not that just finding stuff isn't fun.
It certainly can be.
Yeah.
The hero of the Soviet Union Medal. It's the highest honor given for acts of heroism. Perhaps one of the
Nothing
Gulag
to zoom in
officers.
on this one.
No, just a nice bolt on the back there. No lockpick. Get in there.
I really should go back and get that. That would be useful.
Yeah. So this is beyond the documents. This is one of the other ways the players can earn language experiences from going and reading these murals in the world. And each culture that's in our game has its own types of murals that you can find and read. So.
Yeah, you guys, it just seems like you've added so many layers since the last game. Just more things to peel back.
Yeah, and that was really a big a goal for us. It's like, I think we really sort of set up the framework for everything that we wanted to do in this game, in the last game. And in truth, a lot of the stuff that we wanted to do that's in this game, in Rise of the Tomb Raider, was stuff we actually had wanted to sort of get in on the last one, but as with development, things get
Right.
cut as you sort of push to get the game done. And so for us, it was really a great opportunity to really finally get in all of the depth that we really wanted to do in the last game. And I think it's really sort of what starts to set this game, apart from other games that are similar in the genre, is the systemic depth that we have and the layers of gameplay that we have there. And it's not just sort of a linear sort of gameplay experience anymore.
Does that happen a lot in game development, where a game will come out, maybe the first in a series, in this case sort of a relaunch of a series, and gamers will complain like, well, it was really good, but I wish it had this and this and this. And do you guys most of the time already have all that stuff on your list, and it's just for as you say, for time or whatever,
Yeah,
some sort of reason you've got to cut it out and ship the game, and then you roll those unused features into the next game?
Yeah, I mean, I think that is often the case. I mean, I can't speak to development at other studios.
Sure.
But I mean, I think fans and players are very intelligent and intuitively sort of pick up on those things, where they can sense where this thing is good and it makes sense in the game, but I
Yeah.
could see how it could easily sort of tie back in. And so they pick up on those things. And, I think there's nothing wrong with that. And it's great to be able to provide, that sort of outlet. And then when the game comes out, it's really answering all of their wants and their needs in the game. So I think it works well.
Don't mind me.
It's just falling off, jumping.
It's going to happen one or two more times. I'm so sorry. That's how you know it's a genuine, authentic playthrough.
You did the rope swing the first time though, which was good.
Got that.
Yeah.
I got the complex thing. The simple thing, not so much.
Yeah. And that rope swing is one of our new sort of rope mechanics. Obviously, we had rope in the last game,
Yeah.
and it lets you sort of make the sort of lines across gaps. So now we've added the swing mechanic as well.
Yeah, I'll just forget to double tap here real quick,
Yeah.
too, if you don't mind. And then maybe take one more crack at it. Fortunately, the load times seem to be rather quick
Yeah.
after death. Which, by the way, always appreciated by players. Thank you for not having to make me sit through an eternal load time to try again after I die.
Yeah, that was a lot of hard work on all of our programming team. They were constantly trying to optimize and get the load times as fast as they can, because I know, the bad side of next generation consoles with tons of memory is people try and fill that all the time, and then that makes for really long load times.
Is that why so many games this gen have just had abysmal load times?
Yeah.
Just that 8 gigs of RAM is just crammed full of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you have all this memory, everyone wants to fill it with everything and make the game look as great as it is, right? So it's understandable, but it does mean long load times. So our programmers did an amazing job really optimizing our seek times on the disk and getting them down to as fast as we can, so you can get back into the action as quickly as possible.
So I'm going to screw up a couple more times, but I will say on the plus side, we'll just kill this guy a few different ways.
Yeah,
So
it's fun every time you kill that guy.
he's choked off the side, he's gone.
Yeah.
Forget about him. The thing, I could have gone up the ladder, but I'm curious about this other way.
Yeah.
And that's what happens to me when I play them. I get fixated. Like, well, I've got to know what's over there before I go up the obvious ladder. They're like, well, nope, should have jumped to the left.
Yeah. So this is sort of about, I think you're getting about a quarter of the way through the game at this point. So we're going to ask you to do some stuff like steer in the air to hit some of the poles. And we're always trying to sort of ramp that challenge just a little bit across the game. So it's not, like when you get to the end of the game, it's not as easy as it was when you're at the beginning.
Right.
That wouldn't be very fun. All right, now you can take them out this time.
Yeah, let's just ice cold execution style, gun to the back of the head, and the body off the side.
Goodbye.
He felt nothing. That's the good news.
Very humane
It
of you.
was really, I was kind of doing him a favor, honestly.
Yeah.
Compared to that bow choke that I just did a minute ago.
Yeah.
No, hang on, I'm gonna mess this up one more time on the other. Nope. Yeah.
Too far. Yeah, I mean, for better or for worse, I think we tried to integrate our visual language for our, like the white ledge stuff, which I know.
Oh, it's not you, it's me. Believe me.
We tried to integrate it in spots a little bit less obvious in other areas, and sometimes it's a little bit tricky.
What do you think I'm going to do this time?
I'm going to go with, you're going to try and melee him off the ledge?
Good guess, but no.
But no? You're going to arrow him?
Oh,
gassed him off. Nice. The other one was
poof,
fun.
he's gone. It was a magic trick.
The other one's going to shoot him in the leg.
Ooh.
Then they fall off.
Oh, I wish I'd have done that.
That's a good one, too. All right.
We did it.
Well done. It's a good thing you didn't go to the left there. You'd have been sad because that crate requires the lockpick, too.
Oh.
Yeah.
See if I can take these guys out, and then we'll wrap this up.
Yeah, so while a lot of our combat encounters in our game allow you to sort of stealth through them, there are a couple that we really want to say, hey, we're going to force the intensity up here a little bit, and this is one of them. So there was no way you were going to be able to stealth through that one.
Well, and that's why I've turned to Pyromania.
Yeah, which is a good alternative.
They have got to burn wherever possible. So I was trying to pick up the Molotov. That was what I was frantically running around trying to do.
Well done healing, though. That's good.
Okay.
All right,
It's a long throw.
you can do it.
I thought I had it, but I totally didn't.
They're just laughing at you now.
Pretty much. It's just like,
All right, I think you can hit it from here. Nope.
that apparently went into a hole.
That was in the abyss.
Third time's the charm.
or not.
Nah, not so much. You know what I am good at, though?
Healing?
Shooting a bow. And healing.
And healing. Yeah. The healing system is new for this game as well. We really wanted to sort of push the crafting into all aspects of the gameplay. So, even when it comes into combat, besides picking up those objects and using them in combat, we really wanted to, give players that opportunity to, heal themselves in combat and stay in the fight without having to always retreat, wait for the timer to reset on their regen, and then hop
Definitely
back into combat.
appreciated.
Yeah. So I really think it helps increase the, the choice in the combat space and keep it active more.
Now, if you had 2 arrows put into your chest, would you really come back for the... Wouldn't you just be like, maybe I should go?
No, I mean, I think I would want to seek revenge on whoever put those arrows in my chest.
And on that note...
You fell to your death again.
I did indeed.
Yeah.
Jason, thank you so much. That is an extended look at Rise of the Tomb Raider. There is obviously a lot going on. The hub worlds, plenty to do there. I can't wait to play more.
Thank you.
For more on Rise of the Tomb Raider, keep it locked right here at IGN.